Hello and welcome to session 10 of Neon Nights here on happyjacksrpg, our finale for the series and season. This is gonna be incredibly fun. It has been fun. It's gonna be incredibly fun to wrap up. And then also you can join us in a little bit for our series wrap-up episode as well if you are on the Patreon channel, which is a thing that we put up there. So you can find all of that at happyjacks.org. Happyjacks.org/neon nights has all of our previous episodes, /shows has all of that, /Patreon is how to join the Patreon, /Discord is how to, you figured it out. It's happyjacks.org for anything and everything you need. We have some content warnings. This is rated T for teen, but it's violence, right? There's a lot of violence. There's some kissing. There's some big feelings, that kind of stuff. But there's not going to be any gore. The kids are okay. The pets are okay. That's how we do here. We use safety tools like the X card and script change, lines and veils, all that kind of stuff. We think you should use it at your table too, and we do judge you a little bit if you don't. We know, and we see you when you game. So, Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose. I am your villainous game master. My pronouns are she, they, and it. I'm so excited for our final session. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Vixie, if you could introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell, and I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at the Happy Jacks table. My pronouns are she, her, and so are my characters. Ro-sheen Ulster, who is the daughter of QQ Lane, who kind of showed up out of nowhere and is like, cool, can we actually have father-daughter time now after 19 years of not being present? But it's fine, it's fine. There's no big feelings here. It's totally cool. Anyway, so I'm playing the Bull Playbook, which is all destruction and big feelings that cause more destruction. It's going to be a great time. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Jay.
Hi, folks. I'm Jay, and I play Mario. We both use he/him pronouns. Mario used to be the Beacon playbook. Now I'm the Doom playbook. I used to go by the superhero named the Marionette, and now I go by the superhero named the Puppeteer. And I am. I think last we left off, we were fighting some like big bad of some sort, who shall, I'll leave that for the recap. And I think I was in trouble the last time, like something had happened that I might need saving, which is fine. I'm actually kind of used to that, and we'll get to that later, I suppose. Anyway, looking forward to seeing how this episode goes. And yeah, like what other big swings we can make. June.
Hey everyone, I'm June, and I am playing Cinnamon Stevens, also known as Synthesis. She and I both use she, her pronouns, and she is the Transform Playbook. She is a being that's made out of a human girl and a alien probe that's bent on terraforming the Earth, and is largely held in control by her will. So when she loses a little control, not great things can happen. And with that, let's go to Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm playing Cal or Hexcalibur. He's a sorceress, hand-to-hand fighter, and it is the paramour of Iron Valkyrie, and is infatuated and obsessed with with her and with all of his friends of keeping them safe, and everyone's in danger. And oh God, what do we do? What do we do? He's ostensibly a leadery type character, but is definitely not in charge of anyone here. And we're just gonna have to see what happens there. He's using the what's my playbook called? It's here somewhere. The Protege or Protege, if you will.
Protigi.
Proti.
Protege.
Oh, God.
But yeah, he has a mentor, a fellow sorcerer in the heroing world, who's not as much as into punching as Cal is. So that's where they diverge a little bit. And I think that's all I have to say about that. Rose?
Awesome. Last time on Neon Nights, we had the introduction of the Morrigan and her three forms. They were Bive, Anu, and Maha. And they together tried to offer our beloved Mario, the puppeteer, a deal. In exchange for a certain team member, Ro-sheen, the Iron Valkyrie, and her being reunited with her father, the Morgan was prepared to remove the nanites from not only Mario, but also from Cinnamon, freeing them from the burden of having to constantly be in control of a horrible terraforming nanite drone. There was much hemming and hawing over taking that deal. It was revealed that I think it was revealed previously that the Morgan was responsible for the geish put on Ro-sheen's father, Cuchulainn, the Hound of Ulster. And there was a lot of discussion as to what to do next. When Skye, also known as Scathach, the warrior woman of Scotland, and also known as the Shadow, gave a very powerful and very weighty magical spear to Iron Valkyrie, and that was none other than the Spear of Odin, Gungnir. With that spear, Ro-sheen has the ability to slay a god. But even that itself comes with a price. If the Morgan dies, there must always be a Morgan, and whoever slays her takes her place. So, a perfectly happy, no heavy tones, no heavy decisions to make as we go into our finale, which Ro-sheen needed time to think about. And so she went with Mario to his sanctuary, a space in Otherworld for contemplation and meditation, and unfortunately not as secure as he might have hoped, as none other than Cuchulainn, Ro-sheen's father, appeared there to speak to her. Cuchulainn has a very different story about the nature of Scathach and why she adopted Ro-sheen. The geish says that if he gazes upon Scathach, he will die. And Scathach also raised Ro-sheen. Now, Cuchulainn claims that that is because Scathach is a evil, selfish bastard who wants to raise Ro-sheen to be the perfect protege and weapon, and to carry on her legacy as an immortal. Now, whether that's true or not has yet to be revealed, but Cuchulainn has asked Ro-sheen to join him and together fight through the war to end this world and live into the next one together as immortals. So, when Ro-sheen said, "No, I'm not going to abandon all of my friends and all of the mortal world to die, to be reborn into whatever comes next," Cuchulainn decided that, you know what, solving things through violence is a perfectly legitimate way to do things. And thus a fight started. After a call for help, the whole team arrived into the otherworld pocket that is the sanctuary, and the battle against Cuchulainn began. We left off with Cuchulainn, out of desperation, opening multiple portals, one of which the arm of a Slua reached out and grabbed. Let's see, I believe the Slua grabbed, which character was that? God, I have had to
I want to
re-listen to
say
that
it was
episode like 3
Mario.
times. Yeah, grabbed Mario, and then he managed to, I believe, get away from it. At which point, Kukulin Sparta kicked him through the portal,
Yes.
and Cal went rushing after him. And then another portal opened and took um, uh, Cinnamon. And we have a moment where Ro-sheen has a choice to either rush after her sister or stand and fight her father. Yeah, no family drama here whatsoever. So, I
It's fine.
think
Doing
we'll
great.
begin with Ro-sheen. What do you do?
So,
Iron Valkyrie.
I think that Ro-sheen has not donned her armor yet. She's
Mhm.
still in like her normal clothes when this happens, and I think oh man, this is really difficult because she wants to save Cynn. That's her instinct, and I think I think that's what she'll do because she's not going to think about it. Her instinct is to go to run towards Cynn and to try to grab her from the portal, like to try to keep her from getting pulled through the portal. And it does mean she has to turn her back on Cucullin. Not the wisest thing to do, but her sister comes first always.
Okay. So you turn from Cucullin to run after
Yes. To try to grab Cynn and like keep Cynn from getting pulled through the portal.
Okay.
And if anything, I can add dialogue to this just to put
please.
us in the moment. Or she says, "Cynn, no!"
And go ahead and let's see. I think we were gonna have you roll defend. Was that right?
Yes, and I have the insecure condition, so I get to subtract 2. Yay!
Yeah.
It's a good time.
So let's
What a good time
see
we're
if
gonna have.
you can go ahead and catch her in time.
Oh my god. 6 and a 5 for an 11.
Nice.
-2 though. So
what's your savior?
my savior, hold on. Savior is 1, so it'll be a 12. -2, so 10.
Nice.
Still a 10. Whew.
Still
Okay.
a 10.
Woo.
So, when you defend someone, you can add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
I think I'd like to clear the. Ooh, I'm gonna clear the insecure condition.
Smart,
I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, you turn and there is like you turn from Cucullin and he actually lashes out with the butt of the spear and like a couple of like really fast jabs that you like perfectly duck under and like deflect and then are able to go. And do you, on a 10 plus, do you keep her from going through the portal or do you dive through the portal after her?
I think Ro-sheen's first instinct is to keep her from going through the portal.
Okay.
So
Cool.
she grabs on and was it a slew of hand that grabbed her?
Yeah, we'll say there were a slew of hands that grabbed both parties. So yeah, one grabbed Cinnamon, one grabbed Mario, and yeah, went in different directions.
So if I may, rather than like her trying to fight this hand necessarily in the traditional sense, maybe she grabs like Cynn's arm, uses her spear to stab it like right in that middle finger knuckle, because I assume these hands are huge, like to try and just be like, no. And she's like, get your hands off my sister.
And there's just this horrible roaring shriek as the hand releases and falls back through the portal. And yeah, Cinnamon, you are still here in this same pocket of Otherworld.
Oh, thanks, Ivy.
Cynn, are you all right?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
Physically, Yeah. And
Oh,
she,
look out, because I think Cullen is probably taking advantage of this
yeah.
distraction.
No, he is actually just leant back against the stone with his arms
Mm.
crossed.
And I think like Róisín turns like to look back to see like why no further attacks have happened, because that was definitely a faux pas in battle wise. You never turn your back to the enemy. So
Hmm. And he actually is glaring at you and goes, "Really, you? Does the metallic beast mean so much to you?"
she's not a beast. She's a person. And she like immediately like does what she has done her whole life with Cynn, and like puts herself in front of Cynn, despite the fact that Cynn's perfectly capable of defending herself.
And Cuchulainn steps forward
The metallic beast has been there much more than you have.
and
If anyone's an
he
interloper here, it's you.
takes a step forward and the stone underneath his foot cracks. And he says, "Point to me what part of her is human." And he cracks his neck
Oh, shit.
and he appears to be getting taller. What part of the thing that you've sold your own blood out for is a person? And he is growing and muscle ripples through his body. And he just throws his head back and his hair almost stands on end as he enters a battle rage, a warp spasm.
This is fine. We're fine.
My heart, you son of a bitch.
That's what Róisín
And
was about to say. But like, so Róisín like literally Vanna Whites it, like her heart.
what is there anything here that I can absorb for mass?
Yeah, there's a few. There's Chromehenge.
Okay.
There's also the stone under your feet.
I'm going to start absorbing things to match size.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and roll take a powerful blow as he just brings a fist down like a hammer blow.
Take a powerful blow. Is that
Roll
sorry, I
low.
don't have the big in front of me. It
What'd you roll?
is oh, it's just a straight roll.
Plus conditions.
Okay. Oh, this is the one I want low.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
Oh no!
I rolled,
Oh no.
I rolled an 11.
Oh,
Plus
oh,
angry is
God!
12.
Don't you have one that lets you? Do you have any? Oh, and you have a condition marked.
Yeah, it's actually what it does is it
12.
lets me ignore 2 conditions, so it's still an 11 if I ignore angry.
And if you do that one, you have to lose control of your powers in a terrible way if you roll a 10 plus.
Yes.
What a great
So-
time we're
So-
having, you guys.
So let's do that.
So, what horrific battle form do you turn into in response?
So I start just absorbing everything I can, like filaments, stretch out from my hands and just start eating everything around me. And as I do so, I'm growing in mass and size, and I think that it looks like I start transforming, and it is still roughly humanoid, but
Do you look like a Shinkari?
oh fuck yeah.
So tell us what that looks like.
That'd be nice if I thought about what that meant.
I think I'm
It's
getting
fine,
like
define
vibes
it
of the
now.
end of Akira, and like
Yeah,
Tetsuo
yeah.
is kind of becoming that big
Mhm.
gigantic
Yeah.
baby flesh
Thing.
thing.
Yep.
So I think
Do you start moving like an Ava?
Shit.
her flesh ripples out as her mass grows, and roughly humanoid, but spikes are up all the way around her arms, her legs, a spine, down the spine, going through the back, and her head becomes wider with like a giant gaping mouth, like if a toad had teeth,
Mm.
sort of thing.
Terrible. I hate
s-
it.
Yes, thank you. Spiny ridges, and then you know what, webbing through the fingers and toes, and a tail sprouts out of her back, which has spikes along the side, like a all the way along the side, but at the back like a stegosaurus type
Mhm.
coming out.
Optimal
Wow.
battle form online.
Hmm.
And I'm going to rush towards him and start to grapple, and
Absolutely.
I'm going to try and call out, uh, I'll keep him occupied. You take care of I'll take care of defense. I'll keep him occupied. You take care of assault. But I don't know what's actually going to be said because I have lost a little control, I think.
The voice that comes out is Quince's.
Okay.
Everything you
Great.
said, but in Quince's voice.
Okay.
Great. Róisín hears it. Róisín hears this and is a little anxious at like hearing this said in Kinsa's voice and not your normal one. But she does see that you are at least acting in a way that's consistent with the way you normally act, right? Um, and we've done team tactics, I assume, with Sky enough that I recognize like how this is going to go, like what we're doing, right? And at that moment, that is when Róisín chooses to transform into her normal, like the kind of the Nordic armor that she normally wears, because there's no choice. So we have the shining, shimmering, magical girl transformation. Like that is more based on Ronin warriors than Sailor Moon. So if you watch that show, go watch how they transform. Less shouty, but lots of lights everywhere. And Róisín transformed into shining knight of light, Ro-sheen, Iron Valkyrie. So,
How is that
uh,
different wielding Gungnir?
Mm.
she like when she, I don't think she like immediately like like does that final form with the spear. I think she just sort of pulls it out, and for once everything matches. It's not Nordic armor with a Gaelic spear or a Celtic spear, sorry, but it's like all matching armor with weapon. And I think that in a way it feels weightier, almost heavier. Like she has a heavier, it's very, with great responsibility comes, with great power comes great responsibility, Spider-Man. Very much
Mhm.
that vibe. Where now she's wielding this spear that can basically make or break. But I do think that that is the spear she's choosing to use in this situation because no one touches her sister.
Nice.
Period.
I think from there we're going to cut to Marionette, or sorry, to the puppeteer
Oh, okay.
as you tumble through a portal and land at the feet of a Slua. And there's a moment of panic, and then Hex, you come tumbling after.
Is the portal still open?
The portal has been closed.
Okay, all right. And we're basically in a different portion of Otherworld at this point, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I yell out, Hex, keep this thing busy. I think I can open a portal back to where we were.
What is the environment like? Is it like
Yeah.
forest
So
or?
it is actually, you land, this looks a lot like the ruined castle that you met the Morrigan in. This appears to be her domain.
No sign of the Morrigan, though.
She is not present.
Okay, all right. That's good. That's good. I don't mind that.
And
Yeah,
the
where would the
Slua,
Morrigan be if not in her domain?
Yep. Good point.
not our problem right now. And the Slua is like a giant bird witch thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that.
So
that
the Slua is the giant crow feathered, like, it is made up of the souls of the damned in
I'm just trying to think of what it looks like.
mythology. Yes, it is shaped like a monstrous humanoid. It has like a pale gray humanoid face, on like this thick neck, and then think almost like like a mix between like a harpy and an ogre.
Oh yeah, okay.
Except
like-
raven black.
10 feet tall, 20 feet tall.
20.
Okay. Oh, I just had this horrible idea of since it's a raven but with a humanoid face, but it's like a those plague masks, but it's not a mask, it's her face, and it can open and close. Like, oh god, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I reposted the image that Rose used in the
Thank you.
In the
in
Slack.
the chat.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, terrifying. Okay. Too many claws. Okay,
Yep.
so I need to keep her busy. All right. Well, I'm gonna have been reading the files.
Okay.
Yeah. When you first encounter, no, we've already encountered her before. No, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch her real hard. I have 3 conditions, and one of them is afraid, so it's gonna be -2 to this. And
Do you need a hand with that, Jason?
well, we'll see after I roll.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm not sure what's gonna what's gonna happen here. The only things I'm not penalized for are defense and comfort and support. So let's fucking go. Not like this. That's a 4.
Mm-hmm. Do you
So-
have any perhaps unlocked features you might want to use in this moment of
Yeah,
moment of need?
I wasn't sure that this was going to be it, but I think this is the moment. So I think this 4 represents the last gasp of Cal desperately trying to honor the teachings of his mentor. Because he really respects Dr. Sotavoce. He thinks highly of him. He's a great person, and he's trying to do good works in the city, and that matters, right? But Dr. Sotavoce thinks everything can be done through preparation, through ritual, through text work, through investigation, and that if you are having to improvise, everything's already gone wrong. But Hex disagrees with that fundamentally, and that sometimes you have to jump in the portal and save your friend. And this is where Hex fundamentally diverges from his beloved mentor, right? This is not a contentious thing of like, you stupid idiot, Dr. Sotavoce. It's, I love you, but this is not me, right? Of like, I have to do this the way that makes sense to me. Cal's moment of truth reads that it's the moment you show who you really are, your mentor or something different. You could do whatever your mentor could do and more. You can do the incredible, even the things they always failed to accomplish. Of course, they're not going to see you the same way, no matter which path you choose. And that is ultimately it. Is I know I have since had opportunities to read up about the Slua a little bit, and he's done that. He's done the research, but we're now in the situation, and all of the research is secondhand, or it's old, or whatever. And Cal has to fucking wing it a little bit. And he has the idea that a lot of the magic. So birds fly because their feathers are oiled. I don't know if everyone knows that. This is an actual bird fact. There's oil in their feathers, and if you were to denature or strip the oil out of their feathers, they would be not able to fly. And I think there is just a lot of her magic in that. And so as he is trying to come up with the right tactic to do it, he's just like, no, this is wrong. And is just going to craft spell work that is, it goes right back to like one of the first things he learned about cleaning the loft was breaking down dirt and grime, right? And cleaning bird shit off the roof. And he is going to break down all the dirt and grime in the Slua and just denature the feathers, and all of that magic on her is going to strip away and dissolve. And we're left with like a large person, but with almost no magical abilities. If that does that fit the context okay, Rose?
I think you actually like you start doing that and you like it's just like your hands are moving and each swipe is just like catching the Slua and then like swiping past it, and there's like almost these ink strokes that go
Yeah.
across reality with each swipe, and it shrinks each time, and it tries to charge you, and you just keep left hand, right hand, swiping past it, and the like combined weight of these just horrifically tortured souls just start dissolving off of
Oh,
it,
I like
and
that. Okay.
it lands in front of you just curled into the fetal position, at no larger than a person.
Mm. So I'm just gonna
And
stand over it and say, "Your legend is finished."
it just kind of gets onto all fours and just kind of slinks back into the tree line
Okay. And I think
with
Okay,
just
Mario.
like a garbled like crow wark
yeah.
kind of noise.
When I see that, I'm impressed. I like, you see, I look at you, my, and I think I look at you kind of in a way that you haven't seen since I absorbed Try. And it's sort of like the old Mario, who maybe forgets for a moment that he's, or kind of goes back to sort of being his old human self for a moment. And you see that kind of look that you've seen me before, given you before, where I'm just like amazed and impressed at what you can do with your magical powers. I put a hand out to kind of like give you the little bro
Oh yeah,
clasp,
pull into a hug, and yeah,
yeah. And I say, let's get back to Ivy and Cynn.
make it so.
And then like still kind of like clutching you, I make that rend in reality, and I open it back to my sanctuary. And I think we step through. Do I have to mark my doom track for that rend in
Yep.
bringing? Okay, all right, okay, okie doke.
Yep. And you arrive, I think, with the four of you, a gigantic Shinkari version of Cinnamon, a fully armored and prepared uh, Iron Valkyrie, Synthesis, Hexcalibur, and the Puppeteer.
Ooh, um, when I see Synthesis in the shape that you're in, I think like I immediately get on comms and I'm like, Cynn, are you okay? Is everything all right?
Systems operating optimally.
Oh, I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know what to do with that. Oh my god. Um okay, all right. And then Ro-sheen, I think I give Iron Valkyrie a look. And then I look at the big gigantic, hulking being that is your dad. And I think I look at you like, is it okay if we take, this is your dad, is it okay if we take, if we take them down if we have to?
Are you asked like is that do you say that or is that all in like a single meaningful
No, you
look?
know what? I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna actually say it. I think that's a little too much to communicate in like a look. I'm like,
I'm not telepathic. That's Cal.
yeah,
Actually, but,
Valkyrie, this is
3
your
words.
dad. Is it okay if we take him down?
and I think there's a I think there's a moment, like a pause, and then steam comes out of the helmet as she just releases a breath and says, "We'll do what we need to do. Cynn is still in there. Uh, I think she's matching energy. And it might take all of us to defeat him." And she looks up, like you see the helmet turn up. She sees the epic battle of titans that's currently going on right now.
Okay. All right. Well, but
I think
actually,
as you're discussing that
yeah.
is when Cinnamon gets yeeted towards all three of you, trying to crush you.
Shoots and ladders. Okay.
Can I try to redirect or just block everybody in a way that doesn't hurt Cinnamon?
Sure, go ahead and roll defend.
Okay, that's the thing. I don't have a -2.
Yay!
Okay, and you know what? Well, no. Let's see how this
Yeah.
works, because I may have a trick up my sleeve.
It's also worth noting too, like Mario and Hex, got out of the thing, went through the portal, had their hug, and we didn't necessarily see Hex up close, but like Hex looks different. And Mario and Valkyrie check in, and then Valkyrie and Hex have a chance to make eye contact, and Hex just has these like purple and pink like just arcane symbols rotating in his eyes of like it's Hex's version of like I can see the Matrix,
Right.
and like he just sees how all this works, and it's not like he throws up a giant shield and is like, "Don't worry, I got you." Well, anyway, let's roll and see what. Let's see what happens.
Can I give you a little flavor thing? It's not
Yeah.
mechanically valuable in any way.
Please.
I think that if you can see in the Matrix, Róisín's armor is a glamour.
The armor looks like something else, or the armor is fake?
The armor is a glamour. It looks Nordic. The Nordic look has been a glamour the whole time.
Okay, but it actually looks like
But
something
it is
else.
armor.
It does look like something else, but I'm not telling you what it is yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. I think that's probably what he sees. Like at this point, he like turns his back to Cynn, who's about to fall on us, and then sees that, and then, like as we make eye contact, like, wait a minute, you look different, But
they both look at each other like, did you get your hair done? Was it the nails? What?
Yeah, what's different? So Rose, I have a it's just a cool 12 on a defend here. Is that good?
Just a real, last I checked, 12s are pretty solid. Did you
Okay.
want a clear condition?
It's also double 5s. So
Nice. Oh, so take a thread.
Yeah, I will. Have nothing to do with it. I would love to clear afraid, if that's all right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what does the shield look like?
So it's actually what happens is Cal blurs a little bit, just not shoves, but moves. Like Iron Valkyrie is in a slightly different place than she was before, and then Mario as well. And then Cynn falls, and one of us is sort of like between her arm and her body. And it's sort of like when the cartoon building falls over and you're standing in the window,
Mhm.
like we just needed to make tiny adjustments to not be crushed. And Cal just blurs and makes these very minor adjustments. And then we're all there to help Cynn back to her feet. When she lands.
Well, Cynn's still like enormous though, right? Cynn's size hasn't changed back in that fall.
Right.
Right?
Well, she's only, what, 20
Okay.
feet tall?
Yeah, about even with Kukulin.
Yeah, that's fine. We can help. That's why it
So
takes 3 of us.
Yeah, I think that what happens is you make those adjustments, and so nowhere that my hands, feet, and tail land hit anybody, but I roll and spring back to my feet just past you, and
Cool.
rush and just jump back towards Cullen.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's this moment where like there's a sudden like stop, and you realize you've been impaled. And then you realize that it doesn't matter.
All right.
As you just like lurts from Lord of the Rings just slide past the spear point. And what do?
Kudos for the Lurtz pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played
That's
as him
good.
in Lord of the Rings Hero Siege for
yeah.
StarCraft 1.
Wow.
All right. Well, I think this is going to be a directly engage a threat.
Do it.
And what I'm going to do is just rush past that spear point and engulf his hands that are on the spear,
Mm-hmm.
grab hold of his shoulders with my hands, and then slam the tail around and over into his head.
Nice.
Oof.
All right, go ahead and
Hit it.
unleash your powers. Or
I will,
directly engage the threat.
Engage.
Oh yeah, Rose, do you have record of whether we have any team in the pool?
You have 3 team.
Oh, sweet.
Excellent.
Big 3, baby.
Okay, that's 8. That's 10. And
Dude. You don't have afraid marked, right?
I do not have afraid marked.
Cool.
But what I am going to do is I am going to, if I can I have this be like terrifying to my friends as I just completely start to engulf him and go crazy feral on Cucullin?
Yeah, I think you frighten the opposition and the team.
Do we have to mark the frightened condition then?
No,
Okay.
no, not for good rolls. No.
We just have to deal with our emotions.
Yeah. So what we will do is I'm going to I actually don't need to impress, frighten, or frighten the opposition. What I'd like to do is resist their blows
Mm-hmm.
and take something from them, which is the spear.
Cool.
So I think
You're
as
living to take
as
this
he
man's
throws
spear, man.
as he throws me off, I keep contact of it inside of me and rip it out of his hands.
Yeah. And your tail comes down, hits him across the head. He goes tumbling backwards. And you see him kind of land and roll back into almost like a sprinter's start. And then he takes one hand and thrusts it into the earth. And you see just muscle ripple through his limbs. And then you see the clothes on his skin start to burn off. And then you see him look up and smoke just out of his nose.
Ha ha ha.
Shit.
And around you, Otherworld begins to burn.
Hold on. Is he a dragon? Legally, you have to tell us if he's a dragon.
No, he's Cucullin, the Hound of Ulster.
Okay.
And when he gets angry, shit gets weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but-
fine. I'm just saying legally, it's entrapment if you don't tell us if it's a dragon.
No, like you see like the cloak burn to cinders on his back, and he like it just burns down to basically like the belted tunic around his waist, but like his chest is completely bare, and it's nothing but these Celtic tattoos. And you can see that there is this jet black tattoo over his heart. Everything else is blue.
Okay. I think so. Describe to me the scene that's happening. The earth is like the other world
The
is
earth
catching
is
fire.
shaking.
Right.
Like the servers closest to him have burst into flame and begun to melt. Like
Okay.
the chrome henge is melting, and the entire like Otherworld is starting to burst into flame.
I'm still
And I
mad
think-
at how good Chromehenge is. That's such
You and me
fuck
both.
off.
Chrome
That's
henge,
pretty great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think very calmly across the calms, you hear Róisín's voice saying, We should leave. This place isn't gonna be here for too much longer. And then she proceeds to do the opposite and very calmly, with the spear, walk towards the man that she knows to be her father in this form. And there is just a moment of Róisín, who's normal sized, and this giant titan that is busy burning everything down.
Um, is there time for me to like whisper something to Ro-sheen, or is she just like pushing past us and like in it?
I mean, if you are you gonna do it through comms, or are you just gonna like, do you want to like grab her?
Well,
or
it's just
something?
because we were all together and like, and if you're sort of walking past to approach him, I was just trying to think if there's a
It's
not
very
with
much
comms.
like compelled duel vibes, so she is very
Yeah.
focused on what she's about to do.
Okay, I think I'm gonna just save my bad ideas then for
Okay.
not asking first.
I am gonna pipe up though as you kind of
Mhm.
like walk past us. I am gonna say, Ro, what are you doing? Like, I don't know if you're planning to give yourself up to him or something like that, you know, to kind of get us out of the situation, or if you're going to just confront him at this point.
Right. Sorry, I'm still getting over my cold, so I'm trying to
all
like
good.
um the and Róisín answers you. Sorry, I got distracted.
That's okay.
Róisín answers you, but as she's like standing there and says, I'm going to give us the opportunity to leave. I'll follow. Just make sure you keep the portal open long enough. You can?
Yeah, yeah. You're not. We can't leave here without you. We can't just leave you here.
No, of course not. I wouldn't expect that of you. And you watch as she slowly puts that Nordic spear back into the invisible holster and pulls out the glittering gold spear that is her own, Gaia Solus. But I need to have words with my father. My way. Not Sky's way. Not his way. Mine.
As you say that, the heat around you, Cynnamon, also begins to burn from inside you, and you realize that the spear feels like it's on fire.
Okay.
What do you do?
Um. Uh. I will rip the spear out of myself.
And
I think
as
my
you do, it flies through the air into his hands. And the spear seems to change in size to fit him. And he rests it in a ready stance behind him. And he, in this rumbling voice, says, "Flee, mortals. The hounds of Ulster would have words."
I have a question. Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting? I don't want to cut off someone's thought there.
What's the question?
When's the last time we saw Sky, a.k.a. Skathak? Right? I'm thinking that
Yes.
okay.
You
Yeah.
saw her at the house.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. It was right before
It
we
was-
all like.
Just before
Róisín and I
coming
went
into
into this
other worlds.
space.
And
Yeah.
what was she saying about our mission? She was like, "No, you can't do this," or what was her whole vibe at that point?
She had given the spear Gungnir to
To
Ro-sheen,
Róisín.
and had said, "You now have the ability to slay the Morrigan. Here's the consequence if you do."
Right.
Was
And
that the secret thing that was whispered in
Yeah,
Ro-sheen's ear? Okay.
Mhm.
that was. But
Was
Róisín
if
also, I think, told the group about
Yeah,
that as well.
yeah.
yeah,
And-
if she slays the Morrigan, she becomes the Morrigan.
okay, but the Morrigan is not here right now.
Not right now.
Okay, and we all know about the Geish,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah. I think you may not have heard that the Geish is keeping him from seeing Scathak. But you know that we can say, you know what, for the sake of brevity, yes. The Geish is that if he gazes upon Scathak, he will die.
Yeah. So I was thinking I might like to cast the classic D&D spell summon Scathak.
Are you ready to kill your girlfriend's dad?
Yeah. Yeah. This guy sucks.
Well, I'll just hold on to my moment of truth. then.
No.
What? No. Like that's the thing. Like this, I'm this could take time. This could be whatever. Like I want to see how the moment of truth plays out because I don't want to step on that. But
Mhm.
is this a thing I could follow up? You know, I'm trying to like add on to the scene here, not replace or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. I did, of all of my planning, hey, can I murder my girlfriend's dad was not one of the questions I thought was going to come up.
I won't be me murdering him.
Can you do it? Yes.
We don't
Yes,
kill in
you can
masks.
do it.
It's not me that's killing.
It's
Okay.
just the unfortunate circumstances of our situation.
While
that's
you
doing
ponder
it.
Yeah.
I'm
that,
just
like-
firing this gun in this direction. If you
Yeah.
happen to be standing there,
Hey, look at this Ark of the Covenant that I
stop
just
Yeah.
getting in
Why
the
don't we
way of
open
my
it up?
bullets.
Yeah, stop melting your face. Stop melting your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You know what? Since you're telling us to like get out of here, I am gonna kind of work towards respecting your wishes. I mean, this is you and your dad. I have very strong feelings about this too, and I'll kind of like, you know, you see me start to make a rift, but I haven't quite opened the portal yet. I look at Cal and I look at Cinnamon.
Oh.
Actually, like, is this something we want to do?
Okay, short version, verbally, Cal is like, fuck no, I'm not leaving you here.
Yeah.
negative. Assimilation not complete.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay. All right. All right.
She gets it.
I'll hold, you know, opening a portal until, you know, until I see kind of what goes down between you and Kukal and then Iron Valkyrie.
I do think like it was very clear, like to at least Cynn, that she said she was going to do this her way
Mhm.
when she asked them to leave.
Oh yeah. I'm willing to like. I'm waiting to see what Iron Valkyrie does, but I'm also not
Okay.
leaving. So
Yeah.
that's
But are we
Yeah.
are we summoning Sky? Where did we?
no.
leave?
You're doing your thing, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay.
So what would
My
you like
dice.
to do, Pixie?
I hold on. I had plans, and then everything went sideways. Including my dice.
Story of my life.
Right. This is why we don't do notes. I think that I would like to directly engage a threat because I have a bunch of stuff that I can do about that.
Do you
Actually, no.
wanna
No, wait,
directly
no.
engage a threat, or do you wanna...
I lied because I forgot that it's its own move.
Yeah.
I want to use my moment of truth.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's
Woo.
fucking
and I-
go.
That's the thing I was like waiting before we had the question for, because and I think that when she takes out Gaia Solus, this beautiful spear that's made in like kind of the spirit of the ones that came before her, Skies and her fathers, the glamour that's on her armor that you can see, Cal, shatters, like you, and now everyone can kind of see, as she basically does the Sailor Moon power up, and we change armor to not something that was Nordic, but something that is very Celtic. If you are aware of the legend of the Green Knight from Arthurian myth, the armor is a bright green, complete with a bright green girdle. Celtic knotwork lines all of the pieces of the armor, and you would think that it would be knotwork that tells the story of bravery and courage and heroes, but it's not. The armor speaks of love and loyalty and unwavering courage. The armor is knots, rather. The armor is Celtic knotwork, speaks to that. And instead of Roisin's ponytail sort of being hidden, it comes out of the top almost as if it's some kind of grand feather, like the top of her helmet. Um, and makes for a beautiful, because her hair is bright, is like red, right? So it's this beautiful red contrast against this deep green armor with a golden spear. She is no longer Iron Valkyrie. She is Q Tempest. Because for those who aren't aware, in Gaelic, Q not only means hound, it also means hero.
More like
She's
cute
the,
Tempest.
or QT, as June so succinctly said when we were workshopping this. But anyway, but yeah, so she is Q Tempest, the hero of Tempest, and that is she basically attacks this giant with everything she has, every skill she's ever been taught, everything that she's ever known. I believe my moment of truth reads. And if you're into music, I specifically chose Two Steps from Hell, Birth of a Hero. So if you want to listen to that while this is happening, 10, no notes. Um, this is what you do best. You let loose all the pent up strength and rage and glee, and you break whatever stands in your way. You are a walking demolition crew. What can stand up to you? Nothing. Not buildings, not structures, not enemies. Nothing. Uh, the only caveat is now the people who changed me know exactly where to find me. But that is Roisin's moment of truth. And I think that in a testament to that and the fact that she's also got Bull in a china shop, the raging fire is nothing compared to how when Roisin releases everything she's got, the place is flattened. Chrome Henge is Chrome Pancake. I'm sorry. Like it's not happening anymore.
I think there's like a moment of like Kukulin charges you with his spear and your deflection of it, there's just this huge fucking shockwave. And it's just boom, and like the trees around you just flatten. Chrome Henge flattens.
Fantastic. And I think that like she can handle again, she can handle herself against Q even at that size and in that rage. Um and I think that is it may I go as far as to say that maybe he's struggling to hold his own against her
Oh,
in this
more
situation?
than that,
Okay.
like that the move says nothing stands in your way.
So
And
yeah,
that
she
is like this move is you have authorship now.
okay.
So tell us what happens.
Oh, I didn't know I get authorship. What?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that the first shockwave sort of flattens Chrome Henge, and you see Roisin like and her father go at it. And what's eerie about this is that their movements, while fast, are very similar. Very similar, but there are slight changes that Roisin has made herself to those movements and those tactics that she's learned from Sky that are purely Roisin's. And there is this moment where like in this battle as these spears fly, and Roisin doesn't seem to be hindered or intimidated by his size or his blows. If anything, she's using it to her advantage and doing her best to be a harder target to hit because she's so much smaller. But there is a moment where you think that he's got her, and he takes his spear from on high and stabs it downward, and you just see there in that moment Roisin looks up and she has a flash of Cal and how Cal always thinks outside of the box. And she slides underneath him. The spear misses, and she comes around from the back and fires Gaia Solus, like throws it at him, and ends the battle between them and defeats him. And you can see the gleam of gold as this spear, like the energetic gleam of gold, as this spear flies at her father.
And how does it end?
At the end of it, I think there's another like shock wave when it makes contact with Q Cullen, and when this like sort of blinding light slash wave dissipates, you see this green and red knight standing atop the body of a fallen giant, pulling her spear out, hair waving in the remnants of what the shockwave had created.
And I think like the spear, like you'd slid behind him, and I think it had kind of wedged in his shoulder blade, and you just pop the spear out, and like from the shockwave and everything, he's just in a heap, and you see him slowly begin to return to normal size. And yeah, Gaibolg lies in the rubble, and Cuchulainn lies defeated.
I would like to do one more thing, just
Of
because
course.
I need to be that good. I think Róisín, when she's confirmed that he's unconscious at least, puts her own spear back and goes over to Gaibolg, takes it in her hands and says, "You aren't worthy to be called a hero," and snaps it in half. And throws the pieces at him.
Fuck yes.
And then she walks back towards her friends.
And I think that's when I open up that terror in reality back to I guess it would be back to your living room then, right?
It's really weirdly ironic for this entire thing.
Vixie, I have an out of character question.
Sure.
Whether you think Cal would be able to tell. I'm trying to see, like, is this Iron Valkyrie or no? Sorry, what's the new name?
Q Tempest.
Q
Or
Tempest.
Q Tempest, depending on how
Q
you
Tempest.
Irish Gaelic.
Is she like walking away from the explosion without looking back, and we need to just get out of here? Or if Cal went to embrace her, is that okay timing, or should that happen later?
She's walking away from the explosion, and she's still sort of in battle mode. Like she's still sort of in warrior mode.
It's not the right time.
He could do it, but he probably wouldn't get what he wanted. Like
no.
It's not a time for her to be vulnerable, you know?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was asking. So, yeah, I think he's just gonna like fall in like a step behind and to the left of like as the attendant to Q Tempest and follow you out.
I think as you're walking away, crows begin to amass around Cuchulainn.
Rose, I have a question about Cynn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I don't know that enough has happened to justify losing control of yourself in a terrible way. So I wanted to know if there was anything else you wanted to propose, or if you want me to continue to play as Quince, or if we just want to go ahead and say that it's okay.
I think you're fine. Turning into your like ultimate monstrous form, I think is a solid use of that move, of that hard move. So I would consider that fully resolved.
Okay.
And I did use a defend move to, like from you, like that I wouldn't have had to. So that's great. I love that shit.
All right.
Games
so,
are good.
You step through the portal?
Yeah, I mean, if y'all are ready, I kind of gesture, for everybody to step through.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as she thought Róisín's ready, even if no one else is. But I think that as she walks through, she looks at you and places a hand on your shoulder and like gives it a squeeze. It's wordless, but it's almost like a silent acknowledgement of like a silent thank you, if you will.
Yeah. You see that there's like a bit of a sad look in my eye, but I also, when you put your hand on my shoulder, my hand kind of rises up to return your squeeze. Does anybody else have anything they want to do before they step through the portal?
Yeah, I've got a little thing as I step through.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that this time Cynn is able to shed the excess mass quickly as opposed to over the course of several hours, and does it as sort of like a blast of cooling fog for anything else that is still on fire as she returns to her regular shape. And as she walks by Mario and the portal, her head turns and she says, "Try. Mario, it's time for us to go," and then slips through the portal.
Wait, hold on. Did Prince just mean girl try? Because that's really funny.
Awesome. That's great.
I don't know that it
That's
was
so
necessarily
good.
mean girl. I just wanted it to be a little ominous there.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
very mean girl in the bathroom.
That's great.
It was very
I
Yeah.
loved it. Because I
Hurry
think,
up,
like,
we're
after
leaving.
everybody, after everybody steps through, I think I'm actually going to collapse this portion, like the portion of Otherworld that I ended up
Mhm.
becoming, making my sanctuary. I'm gonna wipe it
Mhm.
clean. Like, I think, I give it one look, knowing that I'll probably be able to do something else somewhere else similar, but like, um, I'm gonna say, from where, I step 1 foot through the portal, and then the foot that remains in Otherworld, there's a streak of chrome that kind of like blasts out of it, and those, anything, any materials, any trees, any traces of chrome henge that were there, they start to kind of like dissipate and kind of, you know, disappear amongst Otherworld. Like, I'm kind of wiping my presence clean from that portion of it.
As you do that, you notice that Cuchulain's gone,
Oh, okay. All right.
as are the crows.
The crows are gone too, huh?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna just hold on to that. I think I feel like, you know, from what I'd heard from the Morgan, this isn't going to necessarily end so easily, but I don't want to put that burden on my friends right now. So um as things kind of start, as the traces of chrome start vanishing from this part of Otherworld, I step through, I take one last look, and then the portal closes up.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is.
So what you find
Thank you.
in the material world, in the mortal
Mhm.
world, it's much worse.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Juicy.
No, Rose, we used our abilities already.
The hell.
You return, the four of you, together through the portal, and you find Sky, bloody and bruised, being held by her hair by the Morrigan.
Oh my god.
And she is in her
Not your
raven
god. You
hair
refused the
form,
offer.
That's right.
and lying at her feet is Cuchulain. And she kicks him like to roll him over onto his back. And she goes, "Well, child, you have until he wakes up to decide. And then the decision's taken from you. Your father's life or yours." and she like jerks Sky's head, and you hear her like groan in pain. She's alive. Or the shadows. It makes no difference to me. But I won't be leaving without my prize.
Real quick. Where's Gungnir at this?
I still have
In
it.
the
It's
invisible
in my
sheath.
Yeah.
It's in your invisible sheath?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so I can't quite get it. Okay.
Does invisible mean
Rush-
intangible and not accessible, or is it just invisible?
I believe
It goes to the same place your armor goes.
Mhm.
Which is elsewhere.
Okay, that's right. It is a way. It's not just invisible. That was
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Otherwise, you'd have a real hard time walking through doorways.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, god damn it again.
not.
Tink, tink. Just like that moment where you just like suddenly are like off the ground, like being suspended because they caught both sides of the doorway.
Incredible.
So
I
just. Oh, go ahead, June.
I was just gonna say I don't. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, Jay, but I'm pretty sure the puppeteer can reach through other dimensional space. if
That's
that
what I
part
was
of your
wondering,
plan.
Why y'all
actually.
trying to take my spear? You just.
I
But
have a,
go ahead.
Just above table, I wanted to clarify. So the Morgan is saying you can let your dad die when he wakes up and sees Skathak,
Mhm.
right?
She's saying she's going to kill someone unless she gets her way.
Yeah.
And what is it the
That's what she's
Morgan wants?
Oh,
Róisín.
Ro-sheen. She
Yeah.
wants a geisha on Ro-sheen.
Okay. So I've got a moment of truth.
Oh,
Oh snap!
And the moment of truth says, the prickly, tingling fear of your doom, always in your head. It holds you back most of the time. But right here, right now, it gives you the confidence to do anything. After all, what's the worst that could happen? Is it worse than your doom? Do impossible things, do anything, but mark a doom sign when you're finished. I think as I am tired of this. Like, my friend's dad just tried to rip her away from us. And this supernatural creature stole me away, tried to make a devil's bargain, and same thing, and is just threatening people who are very, very important to me. And I think I'm kind of done with that. So while the Morrigan's attention is on Skathak, I send nanites out to Cucullin's body, and I start to puppeteer the hand. And Rose, tell me if there's any part of this that does not work for you. But the hand, there's sort of that same gash in reality. The hand jabs itself into that gash, and I feel for that god-killing spear. Can I find it?
That's a good question. Can he? Vixie?
On Róisín's person, so you would be physically reaching, because it's basically like the way she pulls it out is as if it are strapped to her back.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
but where do they exist when they're not in your hands?
When they're not on there, like they sort of like when they're not in her hand, I would assume it's some kind of other world or Fey realm, since most of her stuff
Like
is kind of basic.
And guess
A
who
mostly
has
harmless
portals
demi
to
thing.
Otherworld?
You do.
And
So-
Cucullin actually has been
Mhm.
navigating
That's
Otherworld.
true. Mhm.
If it's okay with you, can Cucullin's hand come out of that portal with the spear and then jab itself into the Morrigan?
I would make Cucullin the new Morgan. You know this, right?
well, is it Cucullin killing the Morgan, or is it Mario?
I'm controlling it technically.
How does that work in Feyland?
Well, I think we're gonna find out.
Oh my god.
Everyone, we're gonna take a break while Rose has a breakdown, and then we'll be right
Okay.
back.
Now, and again, if this is a little too many moving parts, I am happy to take control of Cuchulainn.
No,
with
no, no,
with
no,
my,
no, no,
with
no,
my
no, no, no,
nanotes.
no.
Because I'll go Pacific
You-
Rim on this Morgan.
All right. So, holy shit.
I mean, for flavor, if this goes off, I think there's like Ro-sheen's first instinct is to get the god killing spear, and when she goes to grab it and doesn't have it,
Oh, that's so
Mhm.
cool.
she's very confused.
Yeah, so there's just this moment of I'm not leaving until I get my prize. And then she stops and looks down at Gungnir straight through her chest. And she stumbles and lists and falls to the ground. And then everything goes black.
Oh.
I need to look something up real quick.
Yeah.
Cool. So we broke the game, you guys. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really know the nature of Mario's doom. We assumed it was about try, but
Yeah.
Mario's like, I'll make my own doom. Thank you very much.
yeah, trust, I got this.
Boy, it makes my plan seem pretty paltry in comparison.
Mm.
I was going to run to his body and try and remove the tattoo. Unleash my powers to absorb the Geish tattoo.
LASIK right here, right now.
Okay. So, everything goes black. And we see in this black void, Cuchulainn, the tattoo over his heart is gone. And you see him kind of gasping for breath and kind of wincing as the pain in his shoulder kind of racks through him. And you see him go, Ro-sheen? Ro-sheen? It's dark for so long. The things she made me do. The things she made me say. And you see him look up, and opposite him is a crow's head looking at him. And then the camera shifts, and his hair turns jet black. And in the black void is Mario. The silver horns. And what does Mario say in the nothingness?
Do I see Cuchulainn
It's just
transform?
you.
It's just me. Oh. And I'm just kind of alone?
Mm-hmm.
At first, I think I panic, or internally, and I wonder where everything is. Did what I do just make everything fall apart? And I think in sort of a desperation, I think inward and I say, try. Try, are you there?
Do you want Try to be there? And as you think, you start to realize you have control over it entirely.
I don't think I want try to necessarily be there. I don't think I necessarily want try to answer back.
And as that thought comes to mind, you reach up and pull the horns from your head, and they just come off. And you set them down on the ground. And it cuts to black. And we cut to Ro-sheen. Oh, one last thing.
Mhm.
The camera catches your hair as it turns to a blood red.
Oh,
And we cut to Ro-sheen. You're in the void. It is pitch black. You are by yourself.
she looks from left to right, just trying to make things out. Hello? Is anyone out there?
Nothing answers. And your hair, as you're standing there, you see in your peripheral vision as it turns to a platinum blonde. And you can feel and smell the salt spray of the Irish coast. And it cuts to black. We cut to Cal and Cinnamon. You wake up, and you're the only two in the room other than Sky.
Cal, are you okay? What happened? And as I'm saying that, I rush over to Skathek, lying unconscious on the floor, I assume.
She's conscious. She's just hurt badly.
Okay. Oh my god. Sky, hold on. I'll let me get the first aid kit.
She spits out blood and goes, "Didn't I worry about me? Where's the girl? Where's your sister?"
Cal?
Is Sky okay?
Where's your sister? Please tell
I-
me she's okay.
I don't know. There was the Morrigan and Mario.
No.
I'm sorry, Cucullin stabbed her with Gungnir, and I woke up and they were gone, and it was just you and Cal.
And we cut from there to the void again. And the three of you are there. Cucullin, Mario, Ro-sheen. And Cucullin goes, "Ro, is that really you?"
Ro-sheen is like touching her hair. Like I'm assuming she's not in her armor anymore, right? In this
No.
void. Yeah. She's touching her hair, like trying to make sense of what's going on. Oh, what are you doing here? Are we dead? Did we die?
I don't know. Ro, I have to tell you, I'm sorry. She made me say such vile things. They were all lies. Every last one of them. The things she made me say about Sky.
And Roisin's brows furrow as she tries to make sense of what this man is saying. May I pierce the mask to see
Of
if he's
course.
telling the truth? So, do pierce the mask. Mundane. Okay. I don't think I have anything in mundane, so I'll make it a flat roll. Good times. I have a -1 to mundane. Still good times. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's a 10. -1's a 9.
Nice.
So
to pierce the mask.
Vixie, do you wanna pump that up?
Oh, yeah.
with to a 10?
A team?
Yeah.
Yeah, to take it to
Yeah.
the next tier.
Get
from
3
a regular
questions.
to-
Sure. Yeah.
You know what? So hold on. You're trying to pierce the mask, right?
Yeah. This is see if he's telling the truth.
I kind of interject as you're like looking at one another, and I say, "Ro, I don't know about I don't know where this new look came from, but you look amazing." And I turn to Cullen and I'm like, "Holy shit, so do you." Because of the jet black hair.
We all dyed our
Mhm.
hair.
And I think that's kind of like enough of a same thing. Like it's enough of a kind of like a break in the tension between the two of you that maybe a little more of Cuchulainn comes out, and you're able
Just
to
kind of
read
looks
that a bit better.
confused. And he goes, who are you?
It's my friend Mario.
I made you stab the Morrigan. I hope you don't mind.
Oh. Well, no, that's actually quite phenomenal. Thank you. She's kept me under a gauge for the last 20 years.
Okay.
She's the reason I haven't seen my daughter. She's the reason I haven't seen Sky. Or he says Scathak.
Scott.
Is he telling the truth? That's the question that I.
So you get
One
3
of-
questions. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do?
Yes.
What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? Or how could I gain
Okay.
influence over you?
So, I think that what are you really planning would be one of the questions that I feel like would make sense here.
And that is to finally speak to you under his own free will.
Okay. And then I guess how could I gain influence over my father would be the other question I'd ask here.
I think you already have influence over him.
Okay. And
I think
then-
he cares about what you say.
Okay. And then last but not least is what do you intend to do? And I think that kind of falls into alignment with the
Yeah, I think
thing,
to try and live free.
Okay. And I think Róisín kind of is able to assess, like, in character. Says, you mean it? Nothing that you said was true.
No, the what she said, what she made me say about Scathak is nothing but lies. I trusted Scathak with my life, with your life. She's the only person I could trust.
She said that Sky stole me from you. Or you said that. No. That Sky only wanted me to keep up her legacy of heroes and the like.
Scathak raised you at my request to keep you away from the Morrigan and her evil deeds. Oh, my darling girl, I wish I'd been able to do better by you.
Were you never able to see me? Because of the geish.
I haven't said a word or taken an action in the last 20 years that were my own.
Oh.
And he reaches out a hand and he goes, may my first request as a free man be to hold you
She like nods her head and like reaches out to give him a hug.
And he weeps.
Roisin's crying too. Everybody's crying.
Yeah.
There's lots of crying going on. And she, I think like as she's hugging him, she says, "I broke your spear. I'm sorry."
Did I give a damn about no feckin' spear? I have my daughter back.
I want to introduce you to my sister properly.
Aye, I'd like that.
And you should also meet my boyfriend.
Oh,
Too.
where are you going? Is this him?
No.
Yeah.
He's it's, not him. No, he's actually dating my sister.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he
They're
seem-
like two
he
peas
seems
in a
like the
pod.
right
They
sort.
are.
And he kind of pauses and like takes a moment. He goes, where are we?
I don't know. Mario, do you know where we are? Is this someplace Try brought you?
I look around and I say, I can't hear Try anymore.
What?
And I make the gesture to kind of like split a hole, split a portal back.
Oh, it opens.
Oh, it opens. Oh, okay. All right. I'm pretty surprised by that, actually. I'm like, whoa, okay, all right. Apparently this still works. Is it out to their living room?
Yeah, if that's where you wanted to go.
I close it back up and I turn to Coca-Cola. Wait, actually, I turn to you, Ro-sheen, and I say, is this okay? Can we go home?
I think it's been... Well, I mean, I don't know where we are or why we're here. Just that we've gone under some odd changes. Maybe we'll change back if we go home?
I look at you with this kind of doubtful look like, I don't know if things are ever going to be the same.
Well...
But,
I did see him stab the Morrigan, right? That's the thing that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks to Mario and says, "You stabbed the Morrigan, though. Doesn't that make you the new Morrigan?"
And I kind of pat my body down. I don't feel any different.
Morrigan.
Wait, what was that? What was that, Rose?
Didn't I stab the Morrigan?
So then, are you the new Morrigan? There must always be one, isn't there?
And he goes, no, the Morrigan is 3.
Oh no. Okay. I put my hands together. I kind of spread it open and I opened the portal. I'm like, I think we need to get back to everybody and regroup. There's more of this happening. We need to figure out what is going on right now.
The geisha's off of him now, right? Like he's not going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's you can see the visible representation of the geisha. The tattoo over his heart is gone.
And I think Roisin will take like her father's hand as they walk through the rift, or at least try to walk through the rift that Mario's created.
And as you come through, you see Sky just like looking at you with wide eyes. And she goes, "Cal, help me up."
Yeah, okay. I mean, Cal has a box of the Morton's salt and is like halfway through making a ritual circle, basically right where the portal opens up. And he's like, I didn't finish. Okay. And just like...
Love it.
And
to help her
Sky gets to her feet and lurches forward and slaps Kukulin across the face.
I think the best part of this is that Roisin just sort of steps to the side.
Mm.
The fuck did you say to your daughter about me? You cunt!
He said just, and then of course, good child syndrome. He said you stole me from him and that you were only interested in your hero's legacy,
And she
and that I
points
didn't match her.
at Ro-sheen and says, "That's for saying that about me." And Colin goes, "Hey, that's fair. That's fair. It's good to see you again, Sky."
Okay, who opened
They
this portal?
embrace into a hug.
It was Mario.
Mario's horns are gone, right? I'm like,
through. Yeah, I've got red hair, and I'm like,
Yeah, everybody's hair is wrong.
Yeah.
right.
No, wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
I stepped through the portal as like, I hear you saying that, and I said, I did. I have no idea where we were. I think maybe we were somewhere in the Morgan's territory, but it was just dark. I couldn't be sure. But looks like everything's all right with Rose's dad.
The geisha's broken.
Rose, I want to try something. I want to roll sort of like Pierce the Mask in Mario's general direction. But it's not, are you telling the truth? It's, is what you're saying true? Like, not does Mario believe what he's saying, right? I'm trying to check versus like universal constants.
Does
right?
this check out?
Right. Like,
does the math check out?
Yeah. Is it true that the Morrigan's dead? Not does Mario think the Morrigan? You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I guess
go
it's
ahead and
actually,
roll,
it's unleash my
math.
powers. It's not really,
Sure.
which I don't want to roll, but I think that's actually what I'm asking to do.
Sure. Extend your senses.
Is there any chance I would have cleared a condition between the last
Sure.
few moments?
Take it.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm just gonna say, don't roll it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't roll it. You got it. The Morgan's dead.
Yeah. But then who's the
And
Morgan?
I think you're the first to realize the Morgan's in front of you.
Yeah.
I hate
And
that.
is the Morgan 3?
The Morgan is Triune.
Yeah.
Morgan
so
was
who,
was Bive, Maha, and Anu.
and now
The
it's
Morgan is Mario, Ro-sheen, and Kukulin.
right.
Oh.
Great.
Oh.
Great. What a great time we're having, you guys.
Yeah. And I think there's a, like, all that salt that I was pouring out on the floor, that a bunch of this just poof, just like puffs up, and then the symbols for those, like the 3 parts of the Morrigan, just form and then hover in front of each of them for a second and then collapse back down. I'm like, the Morrigan's not dead because they can't be.
What do you mean? What was that?
They're the Morrigan.
No, they're our friends.
I think both things can be true, Cynn.
That can't be right.
You know what? As everything kind of, I'm in shock, but as everything kind of dawns out on me, I remember something that the Morgan said they could do before. And I'm going to walk over to Cynn. And if it's okay, June, Mario will place like a hand just gently on, like, Cinnamon's like kind of clavicle, where the clavicle meets. What do you call that? The I can't remember.
Breastbone.
Like the
Yeah.
breastbone.
And I'll see if I can draw Quince out.
Where your hand touches, it peels back the nanites to human flesh underneath.
And I look into your eyes, Cinnamon, and I say, I start getting really emotional about this. Like a tear kind of just starts to trickle down the side of my face. And I ask you, Cynn, when I spoke to the Morgan. She said she could take Try away from me. And I think I can take your fruit away from you now.
I laugh a little bit and I say, everything?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want that? You can live the life you've always wanted.
I look around sort of panicked, like I don't believe that this is happening and I don't know if this is all right, and is this going to hurt anyone else? I want that, but is this going to hurt you? Is this going to hurt all? I don't know what the syntax is.
I honestly don't know. But I think maybe if we take Quince from your body, I think the three of us, and I look at Ro-sheen and I look at Cucullin, we may be able to at least keep it safe and keep it from hurting anyone else.
If you can do that, that would be incredible. Is this, and I look at Ro-sheen and I look at Cal and I look at you and I say, is this okay?
Of course. It's what you've always wanted.
Cynn, we've always just wanted you to be safe, and you've taken on this responsibility that hardly anyone would have agreed to, and you have been the hero for years. It's okay to be rescued once in a while.
What Cal said.
Mario, yes. Please.
Ro,
I think... Sorry.
If it's okay, I take my other hand and I put it on your hand, and I put your hand on Cynn's chest as well. And then I take your other hand and I say, if we're going to do this, I think we can do this together.
Cucullin steps up and sets a hand on your shoulder, Mario.
Oh, Ro-sheen nods, but like at the same time, when you like put your hands together, she uses her free hand to take Cynn's and gives it a comforting squeeze.
All right. Okay.
It's hopefully this won't hurt too bad.
And if anything doesn't feel right to you, Cynn, we can stop.
Tell us, please.
I will. I will.
And I think with that, if I can start drawing, if we, the three of us, can start drawing this out of Cinnamon, I will certainly try that.
Yeah.
Is that an unleash?
No.
All right. Okay.
I think it's called wield your powers now.
No.
It's called the perks of being a god.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
The nanites, it starts with your fingertips, and you can see nails and human flesh as the nanites roll back, and it feels like someone has peeled back like one of those sticker, like the plastic on an electronic surface, and just peels that off of your body as the nanites just in a wave pull away from you and into
or like the greatest
Mario.
facial of all time. Just that skin peel of like
like a snake shedding its skin.
Yeah.
And it just coalesces into a golden orb in your hand.
Told you it was a fruit.
And Sky just grabs a blanket and wraps it around you. And she goes, "We're going to need to start getting you new clothes."
And I'm just like staring at my hand and flexing it, and just looking at the one that Ro-sheen isn't holding, and the one that she is, I'm just squeezing, and I can't
As soon
believe
as it's done, Róisín pulls you into a big hug.
I can't believe it's true, and I hug you back. Just I don't even know what to do, what this is like.
Be human.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, be human. For food. Do everything we always did. You were never a monster. You were just keeping that part of yourself hidden. And now
And you were-
everyone can see you for who you really are. The person I see.
You were keeping all of us safe from that thing for so long. You get to decide what comes next.
Yeah.
Mario, can you take that away from yourself?
Do you realize that there's not a bit of chrome on Mario?
I you know what? I'm stunned when you kind of like, turn to address me, because you're gorgeous. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing you like in flesh and blood, and I cannot even like believe it. This is like unlike this is like beyond what I had imagined it could be like. And then I kind of like I shake myself, like, oh shoot, I'm staring, I wipe the drool from the edge of my mouth. No, I don't really do that. I don't break, but
Nosebleed, anime nosebleed.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
anime nosebleed. Yeah.
yeah. But I say I
Oh,
stop.
shut up and kiss me. And I jump into your arms.
That's awesome. Yeah, I grab. At first, I'm like surprised. It's like that scene in a movie when one person kisses the other, and at first their eyes are like big, and then they kind of like relax into the kiss. Yeah. And I fall into it, and I'm just as stunned when we finally kind of part. Like my head is up in the sky right now.
And I think at that point, Róisín looks to her father and says, "Told you he was dating my sister. That's my boyfriend over there," and points at Cal with the salt, holding the orange salt. Of course.
He goes, "Oh, you're dating a wizard?"
He's smart.
Yeah, but they're nerds.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right.
I can bend cars, he can bend minds. We complement each other, duh.
I did rewind time that one time. That was cool.
Hey, that's
Figuring out how to do that again.
That's fair.
And I do think she walks over to Cal, and like just kind of reaches out to touch him, like that's a thing I can do now that I know I've touched Cynn, and just wraps her arms around him.
Yeah, pulls into a big hug, because this is just like such a wild circumstance of like I don't even know what's happening here. What is next? Nobody knows. Yeah.
I think at this point, I have the golden orb in my hand. I kind of look at it, and can I just transport it back to that dark kind of domain? Okay.
For the listener, June has removed her blonde wig and we get to see
Perfect.
We get to see the beautiful hair that belongs to
Cinnamon
Stevens.
herself.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
And when that thing is gone, I turn to Cucullin and Sky, and I say, "What does this mean now? Can we still just live as people, or?"
And Cucullin goes, I don't know who would stop us.
I mean, do you have duties? What are you supposed to
He goes, our best, I think.
do? I guess that's all anyone can do.
I think it'll be pretty easy to do better than the last Morgan. And he turns to Sky and he goes, do you know how this happened? And Sky just kind of has a furrowed brow. And she goes, whoever slays the Morgan becomes the Morgan. And you stabbed her with a spear that belongs to Ro-sheen while being controlled by Mario.
Fucking galaxy brain GM right here.
I know, right?
So the three of you are the Morgan.
So if it had just been one person, would that person have then been split in three?
And Ro-sheen turns to Cucullin and she goes, I could try stabbing your da.
Please don't.
Sky turns to Cucullin.
He goes, oh, it wouldn't be the first time.
I will say with magical outcomes, it's often not useful to ask what woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's what did happen, and here we are.
Right. I'm just speculating. Maybe I'll just leave that to you, Cal. And she just sort of like leans on Cal, like maybe I thought too hard.
Yeah, I was thinking like Ro had turned around to ask that, and how kind of Cal hugs from behind of like, it's okay, I got you.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we just try to do better.
Trying to do better.
And then my eyes kind of grow wide, and I turn to Cucullin and I say, but wait, the Morgan mentioned that there was a war coming.
Aye, the end of the world.
Is it coming sometime soon? Or are we...
Soon's relative to gods. When you're immortal, you look at things with a fairly long point of view. But who knows? Could be around the corner. Could be 1,000 years from now.
Well, then why don't we just worry about it when we get there?
I think that's for the best. And you see him kind of like look at the place where the Morgan's body had landed. Suppose all things do come to an end.
Even her.
I'm very tempted to just end the stream there.
I mean, honestly, it's so good. It's so good.
I mean, the only wise ass crack I had was like, so let me tell you how we broke a bar.
Yeah.
So the Feybar they're all still traumatized, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's all those things we would get in an after credit scene or something, but like, this is honestly a good
Really good.
place. Like,
Yeah.
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 I don't know. How does everyone feel about
I'm-
that?
I'm happy with that.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah. Like the credits can roll and we can do like Pixar does where they have the little like scenes of like stuff
Yeah.
that's happening.
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's talk about, do we have after credit scenes or epilogues, or where do you see your characters ending up?
Ooh.
I want the deities to answer first.
No,
Yeah,
I
think
think
that's fair.
that's fair. Mario, do you want to go first?
I think the only like, as certain, you know, the camera kind of like pans out of the window of your home, right? And then the credits start to roll, and then a few minutes later, I think there's a scene of Maria and Lou like sitting on a couch. Where were they? Where did they get to return home to our old apartment?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think there's a scene. Actually, I think it's going to be a scene of Mario kind of like in that void, checking in on that orb, making sure that it's kind of contained. I think I put it on like a column. It's like on top of a column, like a palantir might be. You know what I mean? A magic crystal ball just kind of hovering over there. And I contemplated for a little bit, and then I cut a rift in reality. And when it opens, there's Maria, there's my mom and Lou sitting on the couch in our place. And I step through, you know, it just shows me from behind as I step through. And the last words you hear Mario say is, "Mom, Lou, you're never going to believe the past couple of days." And then
Oh my
whoosh, the
God.
portal just closes.
Amazing.
I love it.
I think for Ro's post credit scene, I think Ro like more formally introduces Cal to her dad and like explains how they met and like why she likes him and doesn't mention the X's and O's because that was how we started the show, but like it gives that. And I think that like after that, there's like a little bit of a flash forward in time as they go over to that bar with a bowl of milk and honey to maybe apologize for the way things went down. And she takes Cal with her. Like she's basically teaching Cal how to deal with the Fae properly, so that Cal maybe doesn't put his foot in it again. But yeah, she's very much in love with Cal. So I see them like staying together for as long as possible. So
Yeah, that seems right.
and she's blonde now, which is weird. So I guess she's a pop star because that's what most pop stars do.
Well, the blonde had to go somewhere. Cynn couldn't hold it, so
Yeah, I know. But yeah, and I think that there's like moments of like she also still cares for Cynn, like her sister still is very important to her. But I do but yeah, and I think there's a moment of her taking like she's got her camera because again she was in photography class before when this all started, and I think that she's taking there's like a little photo shoot thing where she's taking new portraits of Cynn so that Cynn can see herself as she.
Oh, you said new portraits.
Yes.
Yeah, new
Yes.
portraits. Because there's, if you go into Róisín's room, there's like a little cork board of photos she's took, and among them are all of the Polaroids from when they made cosplay together, and the moments that they've shared throughout the campaign, and like sort of at the bottom are the new portraits of everyone, like these
sure,
new
yeah.
Polaroids of the group, but now with Cynn as a human, they're all blonde, the people with new hair. Her dad's in the photo now. And just very much like the evolution of what has happened throughout the campaign, but in pictures.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's Róisín.
All right, non-godlings.
June, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I've got mine. I've
ahead.
got it ready. The scene opens on Cynn sitting at her desk in her room and looking at the stack of assignments that she had taken on, and her eyes go wide as she realizes she can't think and operate at the speed and delegate to Quince at the at all. But everything else has suddenly become a lot more difficult and time consuming. And she's kind of panicking, and she goes, right. And she runs to the kitchen and makes a pot of coffee and pours like a giant mug of steaming black coffee and takes a sip and spits it out and goes, "Nobody told me it tasted like that."
That's awesome.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Jason?
Yeah. There's a lot of the I love the being shown around with the, you know, getting to meet different parts of the Fae and all that. But I want to have a scene with his we come in on, normally we would find Cal and Dr. Sotavoce like playing chess or going through all of the, like, the doc is a very high-end traditional wizard, right? Of like, if you think through every permutation, then you've done the work, right? Like nothing will surprise you, except Cal finds that not to be true, and is finding opportunities to surprise, you know, like have stuff that they're doing together, and he's actually teaching the doc how to improv a little bit, like how to improvise a situation. And it seems like the scene is opening on them like really concentrating, and then Cal flips over cards and says, "Okay, trailer home, pink hat, and a squirrel." And they're playing like an improv, like a theater game where he has to come up with a little story about you know, a squirrel with a pink hat in a trailer park. So yeah, it's just he's teaching his mentor something of how to do stupid shit off the top of your head.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think we get a final shot of Tempest as the camera pans over the city for a final time, and the credits roll, and we get one last passing thing. Why do you go away? So that you can come back, so that you can see the place you came from with new eyes and extra colors. And the people you see there, the people there see you differently too. Coming back to where you started is not the same as never leaving. Terry Pratchett, A Hat Full of Sky. And with that, we say goodbye to the Neon Knights. And I would like to thank our audience and our chat mods. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. Thank you to our patrons at happyjacks.org/Patreon. Thanks to you, we're able to play games like Masks and not worry about system popularity or sponsors. We are an ad-free show. Thank you to just our live audience and the people listening at home on your commutes to work, wherever this may find you. It's been such a beautiful journey with all of you. And we'll do a round of who we are and saying goodbye. My name is Rose. My pronouns are she, they, and it. Thank you for coming on this journey with us, and take care. We'll see you soon. And I will pop it over to Vixie.
I'm just trying to keep it together because I loved being on this show. Anyway, hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell, and I've been your friendly neighborhood player here on the Happyjacks RPG Network. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Vixie Bell or over at the Pocket Dragon Pub, where I sometimes run, play, and produce games too. Currently, we're doing our my birthday bash because it's a milestone birthday this month for me. So we're playing a whole bunch of
Ooh.
games supporting the World Wildlife Fund because my birthday
Mm.
also happens to be Earth Day. So why not
Mm.
save the
Oh,
world
that's
just like
awesome.
my character in this
Yeah,
game?
that's it.
Yeah,
So yeah. But yeah, anyway, I really, really, really enjoyed playing Róisín. Wow, what an ending. Thank you so much for this wonderful game, Rose. I really appreciate it. And both her and my pronouns are still me and Róisín, that is, are still she, her. And I'm not the bull playbook now. Apparently, I'm the god playbook. Is that a thing? Anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna popcorn it over to back to Jay, like I did this at the beginning of the episode.
Okay. Thanks, Vixie. Hi, everybody. I'm Jay, and I was Mario, formerly the Marionette, formerly the Puppeteer, now one of the Triumvirate Morgans. Did not see that coming. Did I like? Oh yeah, Mario's gonna have an arc. That was not the arc. That was absolutely not the arc. But this was just such a fantastic game. Vixie, Jason, June, thank you so much for being my fellow players. Rose, thank you so much for this incredible game, and thank you so much for bringing me on board. This was really just such an amazing table. Um, and I am going to miss it. I'm going to miss it so much. You know what? I'm just going to say you can find me at Transplant Asian on Instagram and Threads, and you can find me at JAfrica pretty much everywhere else on the socials. You can find me in the Happy Jacks back catalog. And I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it at that. I don't think I need to say anymore. Thank you to Happy Jacks also for just for giving all of us the opportunity to play this amazing game. And I'm going to send it over to June.
Hi, everyone. I'm June, and I played Cinnamon Stevens, a.k.a. Synthesis, who was a alien-human crossbreed hybrid, I guess, but is now no longer and will live her life as a human, which is amazing. Come back for season 2, where I will be taking the Beacon playbook and continuing to adventure with my fellows. Um, if that ever happens, we'll see. But I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity to play in this game. This is the first game I've gotten to play in as me. And so I really appreciate that and having you all be part of this journey. And thank you, Happy Jacks. Thank you, listeners. Thank you if you tuned in to watch. And I really appreciate it. And Jason, please take it from here.
Certainly. I'm Jason. My pronouns are he, him. I got to play Hex Caliber, the only one to end with the playbook he started with.
Right.
That's okay. This was so fun. I really enjoyed getting to do this. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Everyone said it. It's awesome. You can follow me on Twitch and Blue Sky at It's Probably Okay if you want to know more about my stuff. But yeah, Happy Jacks and games. Games are good. Games are good.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Anything else before we go?
Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute joy. This has been my first time GMing for Happy Jacks, and I couldn't ask for a better crew, a better cast, a better audience.
I mean, what a
I love you
debut,
all.
Rose. Jesus Christ.
Seriously, yeah.
Thank you.
I would never have known. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Thank you, everyone, and
Amazing.
have a fantastic night.
Bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye.